I'm not a celebrity. I don't have millions watching me. But I'm a human, and my heart can't stay silent anymore. When I see children starving, women screaming, homes destroyed, how can I not speak? I may be small in this world, but my voice carries the weight of pain, and I need to let it out. Gaza. A word we hear so often now. But for many people, it's just a headline. For me, it's a wound. An open wound that never heals. In Gaza, children don't ask for toys. They ask for food. They don't dream of becoming doctors or astronauts. They dream of surviving one more night without being buried under rubble. I saw a video just days ago. A little boy, maybe 6 or 7 years old, chasing a food truck. Not for a toy. Not for fun. But because he hadn't eaten in 2 days. He was crying, screaming, falling. What kind of world is this? How can we scroll past that and just keep living? Mothers holding babies with bones visible. Fathers standing outside aid trucks, ashamed to beg. But what else can they do? Children looking up every time they hear a sound. Is it a drone? Is it a bomb? Will I make it back if I go out? Imagine living like that. Every second, like hell. Not knowing if you'll live to see the next minute. You know what's worse? The world sees all this and moves on, like nothing happened. Don't tell me this is about religion. Don't say it's about Muslim or Jewish. This is about humanity. This is about basic human life. No child deserves to die for politics. No woman should be buried under rubble for someone else's power games. No human deserves to be dehumanized. Why are we so numb? You know what hurts the most? While people cry for food in Gaza, politicians eat in luxury. Businessmen sign weapon deals. Billions are made in arms sales. They don't see bodies. They see numbers. They don't hear screams. They hear profits. And we keep paying taxes. And unknowingly, we fund weapons that kill the same children we cry for. Is this the world we built? People say, but Israel is also attacked. Yes, war hurts both sides. But be honest, Israel has a country. They have homes, hospitals, a government. They have access to clean water, medicine, security, and the world's support. What does Gaza have? Nothing. No army, no air defense. No food, no hospitals left. No money. Not even electricity. They don't even have hope left. Let me say this clearly. I do not support Hamas. I do not support violence or killing innocent people. But I will never be okay with children being slaughtered in the name of fighting terrorism. I will never accept bombing hospitals, schools, and refugee camps. I will never be silent when I see a mother holding her dead child with blood on her face, asking, what did we do wrong? What was their crime? Were they born in the wrong place? United Nations. Human rights. Where are you? You issue statements. You write tweets. But you don't send food. You don't stop the bombs. The world posts hashtags. And then forgets by the next news cycle. But in Gaza, they can't forget. They live this horror 24 hours a day. Do you know what hurts the most? A girl named Malik. She was just 10 years old. She used to write poetry in her notebook. One day, a bomb hit her building in Rafah. She died instantly. They found her book in the rubble. It said, maybe the world will hear me one day. She didn't get that chance. But I'm speaking for her now. And for every other child whose voice was silenced by war. I'm not famous. My channel is small. Maybe only a few people will watch this. But if you hear me, please, just once, see Gaza with human eyes, not political eyes. Don't ask, who started it? Ask, who's suffering now? When will this end? When will we stop choosing sides and start choosing peace? When will children in Gaza sleep without hearing explosions? When will Israeli and Palestinian mothers stop crying at funerals? When will weapons stop deciding who lives and who dies? This is not a script. This is not a trend. This is a cry for humanity. I'm speaking because silence is too loud. Because even though I'm just one person, my heart is heavy, and my soul can't carry this alone. We need to stop. We need to heal. We need to be human again. To the children of Gaza, to the mothers of Rafah, to anyone out there who still believes in love. I see you. I hear you. I cry with you. And I will keep speaking, even if the world stays quiet. Because I believe peace is not a dream. It's a right. There was a time people thought Rafah was the last safe place in Gaza. They told families, go south. You'll be safe. So they went. Mothers holding babies. Fathers carrying what little food they had. Children walking for miles, hungry, scared, barefoot. And then Rafah was bombed. Tents were turned to ashes. Families were turned to dust. There was nowhere left to run. Nowhere left to hide. Where do you go when the place they tell you to run becomes your grave? You can call this war. Governments call it defense. Some call it retaliation. But I'll tell you what it really is. It's madness. It's a child screaming for his mother under a pile of concrete. It's a father digging with his hands to pull out his daughter's body. It's an 80-year-old woman crushed in her own kitchen while cooking. This is not war. This is a factory of trauma. Hospitals, schools, refugee shelters. These are places of safety. Places where a life should begin, not end. But in Gaza, they are the first to fall. Al-Shifa Hospital, the largest in Gaza, bombed, surrounded. Doctors operating without electricity. Babies taken out of incubators because there's no power. Did those babies fire rockets? Did those nurses threaten a nation? No. They were just trying to survive. Just trying to breathe. But in this war, even breathing is a crime. I saw a video. A child, maybe 5 years old, covered in blood. His eyes wide. His lips trembling. He asked, "Where's my mom?" Then he whispered, "Is this the end?" I can't forget his face. That fear. That innocence. That one sentence. It shook my soul more than any news report ever could. Sometimes I wonder, am I the only one feeling this so deeply? I see people dancing on social media, influencers smiling, news channels moving on to the next trending topic. And I sit here asking, has humanity turned off its heart? How can we be so disconnected? I'm not asking you to become activists. I'm not asking for donations or protests. I'm just asking you, feel. Feel something. Let's be honest for a second. If this was happening in Europe, if these children had blue eyes and light skin, would the world stay this quiet? You know the answer. Some lives are treated like they matter more. That's the truth nobody wants to say out loud. But I will. Because honesty is the only thing I have left. Don't tell me this is about religion. Please, don't insult our intelligence. No God, no prophet, no holy book ever said it's okay to kill a child. No religion supports bombing civilians. No real faith celebrates bloodshed. So don't hide war crimes behind prayers. This is not religion. This is evil wearing a mask. Put your politics aside for a moment. Now imagine your home destroyed, your wife crying in pain, your child missing under rubble. No food, no water, no medicine. Can you still say, but both sides? Would you still call it justified? Ask yourself that. And if the answer hurts, then good. Because it means your heart still works. Where are the so-called bleeders? Where are the human rights defenders? Where is the never again promise? I'll tell you where. Hiding behind press releases. Sitting in meetings. Counting deaths like they're statistics, not souls. The world is not watching Gaza. The world is ignoring Gaza. And that silence is the loudest violence of all. To every mother who held her baby and watched them die. I'm sorry. To every father who buried his child with his own hands. I'm sorry. To the orphans left with no one. I'm sorry. I wish I could say more. I wish I could do more. But all I have is this voice. This broken, shaking human voice. Sometimes I just wish I had the power to make the whole world listen. Just for one moment. Especially the leaders. So they could hear this pain, feel these tears, and finally stop this madness. If only my voice could reach them. Maybe we could end these war crimes. Not with weapons, but with truth. I don't have fancy cameras. I don't have big sponsors. I don't have millions of followers. But I have a heart. And that heart is bleeding. Even if nobody listens, even if this video gets ignored, I'll still speak. Because I'd rather scream into silence than be silent in a world full of screams. If you feel pain after hearing this, don't hide it. Don't numb it. Share it. Speak it. Let others know. Because that's how humanity survives. Through voices. Through hearts. Through truths. Even if the world is silent, you don't have to be. One day, maybe years from now, the bombs will stop. The walls will fall. The children of Gaza and Israel will hold hands. And the ghost of war will finally rest. I may not live to see that day, but I believe in it. Because I believe in peace. I believe in freedom. I believe in the power of humanity. This is not just about Gaza. This is not just about Palestine. This is not just about Israel. This is about what kind of world we leave behind. I may be just one voice in the dark. But if you hear me, please, don't stay silent. For the children, for the mothers, for humanity, let's be the kind of people we wish the world had more of. Peace, justice, freedom, for all. Not someday, but now.